was feeling inspired the other day. And that's something that doesn't happen very often. And when it does, I feel like I need to take advantage of that. Today's video is sponsored by Dehancer film emulation software. Check out the link in the description to receive 10% off of your purchase. I was inspired by Jacques Cousteau and, well, if I'm being honest, Steve Zissou. Anyway, that's why I got this red beanie. I was feeling it. Coming to the coast, wanted to do some wildlife videography and photography. And I thought, man, how cool would it be if I could make it look vintage? Like, that's not a thing really in the wildlife community right now. I think that everyone in the wildlife circle goes for like crispy, super resolute, noiseless. Everything is just in super high focus, a lot of contrast. I'm gonna do the opposite because I like people like, you know, Quentin Tarantino and Wes Anderson. I grew up watching the Jacques Cousteau videos and things like that. You know, my grandpa would put those on. And I thought they were pretty lame back then, but now looking back on it, I'm like, man, this is pure gold. The whole feel of the video was just epic. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try to find the best filmic software that I can. And everything that I kept researching pointed me in the direction of Dehancer. So I reached out to Dehancer and I was like, hey, I'm going for this kind of old school 70s, early 80s filmic look. I want it to feel nostalgic, I guess is the word. I got the software and I'm in love with it because it offers so much variety. And although like a lot of them I don't really care for, but there are like a small handful that I really, really fell in love with. You can adjust everything. It's like its own little developer inside of Final Cut Pro, which is what I'm using, by the way. What I really, really have been enjoying about Dehancer, though, is that it has its own built-in camera profile. So for instance, right now I'm using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 in D-Cinelike, the log format. And my other shooter is the Canon R5, which I am also in C-Log 3. In Dehancer, I can go in to the camera, pick DJI, Osmo Pocket 3, D-Cinelike, and it converts all of my log footage. It's like using a LUT. I drag an adjustment layer over my footage. I drag the Dehancer into that adjustment layer, and then I select my camera, and then I select what log I'm in, or even if it's Rec 709, like if you're just shooting with a cell phone, or maybe you like the Rec 709 footage that comes out of the Osmo better than anything else, you can use that too. It does the conversion inside of Dehancer, so you don't have to worry about it. And I have not been happy with Canon's R5 log conversion LUT that they have. I don't like it at all. Dehancer's, on the other hand, looks more like I wanted it to look. A lot of the times I use filters to shoot with. Like I'm using some glimmer glass right now on the Osmo, and I've got it on my other camera. And it gives that like nice soft kind of halation. Sorry, I've got to zip up this bag. It's starting to rain pretty good now. Sheesh. Sheesh. I'll set you right there. I'm gonna set you right there. I'll zip up my bag. It gives you that soft halation, right? Like that glowing aura. You can do that in Dehancer, and it's really easy. It's super simple. It's a touch of a button, and you're not screwing on filters and doing all that stuff all the time. It looks pretty decent, honestly. Like, it's not bad. I came over here originally because I heard some hummingbirds. Now, I saw one, he was hovering, and he's gone now. But if I go over here with my giant red beanie on, it's probably gonna aggravate him. He's probably got a nest over here that he's angry about me being by. The grain effects, you can choose what type of film stock you want your grain to look like, or even if you like are super picky like I am, you just create your own size, roughness, amount. It's really, really a lot like using Lightroom within Final Cut Pro, which is what I have been looking for. The color profiles, when referencing the film stock, I'm not like an expert. I am really not an expert, but I can tell you that I do know a few of them, and they look legit, they're spot on. It saves you so much time color grading. Before, I would try using, you know, color wheels and curves inside of Final Cut Pro, and I would get close to getting what I wanted and then saving it as a LUT, and then I would just use it on a different clip, and either my white balance would be different or it just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work from clip to clip. And this seems to be working really, really well. It's very, very accurate. And there's white balance adjustments in there. There's everything that you really would need. Like I said, it's like Lightroom for Final Cut Pro. It's all in one drag and drop. Boop. Highly recommend using that adjustment layer that we were talking about because it is quite heavy on the computer. It's really taxing. I'm running out of beach. Dang it. And I'm starting to get rained on. I didn't see my hummingbird. That's a bummer too. I'm also out here looking for one of the glass floats that they hide on the beach, but so far no luck. That's a cool little fort. Maybe I'll get in that and get out of the rain. I've taken shelter in a homemade fortress. Remember earlier when I said I was going home? This is my home. Welcome to my crib. I appreciate the workflow. I appreciate having conversion LUTs built into it. I appreciate the color grading built into it so I don't have to hunt through 1,000 different, okay, well, while we're on this topic, you do have to hunt for the film emulation that you like. Once you find a couple, you know right where they are. I wish that as you were scrolling through the software, you'd get like a preview or like maybe just a window preview, a still frame taken of the footage that you're trying to apply it to. That would be cool. Currently, you have to click each individual one and then you go back and it resets the list from the top and you gotta scroll through it. That's a little bit difficult. Once you find the 2 or 3 that you really like, it's money. At the bottom, it gives you the ability to create whatever, all those parameters that you just set for your footage, you can save it as your own personal LUT, which is amazing. Okay, well, I don't think my situation's gonna get any better. It's just we're gonna get wet. Here we go. Shutting you off. We'll see you back at the real house. This is cool though. Look at my view. Look at my view. Goodbye, my humble abode.